This is Gracie and this is Max. And you know what day it is today? Gracie and Max? It's Fan Friday!
It's time for Fan Friday! The girls are all really close. Annie wants to know, is it easy to take care of your Huskies? No, taking care of any dog is a lot of work. Huskies especially, because they're very high energy and need a lot of exercise and a lot of attention. Shelby's doing her whiny thing to get attention right now. Right? I heard you whining. So is it easy to take care of Huskies? No, but it's not really easy to take care of any dog. All dogs are a lot of work. Maddie wants to know, are Huskies a good dog for a family to have, or would you need to have a lot of spare time on your hands to look after it has been fully trained? You definitely want to have time to be able to spend with your dog, even after it's fully trained. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Like, can you just leave it alone and do nothing with it? No, but that goes for any dog. I mean, you definitely want to have time to spend with the dog, but if it's part of your family, you'll be doing family things with it. Chelsea wants to know, how do I teach my Husky to pull while working, but to not drag me around while we go on walks? This is very challenging to do, because once you teach a Husky not to pull and they kind of... It's hard to separate the working aspect and the not pulling from just the normal like walking aspect. You can try things like different harnesses or different collars. Like our girls wear a different collar when they're walking versus when we're working or when we're biking and things like that. So far, Shelby, who is over there pouting. Shelby, are you pouting? So far, Shelby's the only one that actually picks up on that. She's the only one that really gets it when we put her walking collar on versus her other collars. She's the only one that has figured out what that means. Summer says, I know shaving is out of the question, but is it okay to get your Husky's hair trimmed? I don't know what the point would be. Their coat is supposed to look like this. If you cut it, they're gonna look funny. Like you can trim the fur on their tails a little, like if you really want to. You can trim the fur on their feet a little, but other than that, I don't think it's necessary. I guess I don't know what the point would be. Jill says, I bought an antler for my Husky puppy, and now people are telling me to throw it away because there's a risk of fractured teeth. Since you've been using antlers for a long time, what are your views on this? We've never had any problems with this, but none of our dogs are highly aggressive chewers. Like, they're not super chewers. If your dog is a super chewer, I would never advise giving anything hard to a super aggressive chewer. I've heard of a few incidences of this happening, but a lot of times it has gone back to the diet that the dog has been on was not the best diet, so their teeth were already weak. Other than that, we haven't had an issue with it. My biggest tips for this is don't give your dog anything that you're not comfortable giving them. I feel perfectly comfortable giving them to my dog. Doesn't mean you have to give them to your dog. And the other thing is, make sure that they don't have the antlers when you're not home. Because you don't want them to be aggressively chewing and not watching them, because you're right, they could break their teeth. But in that sense, the same thing goes for absolutely any dog toy or any other thing they can chew on. They can really break their teeth on just about anything. So if you're worried about the antlers, make sure you check out all the other things you're giving them too. Bones are the same way. I've heard of dogs fracturing teeth on raw hides. So, I guess it's always just a chance you're going to take. Really? You're going to be whiny. Whiny Shelby. Sean wants to know, do you have an opinion on feeding raw, bones and all? I've just changed my 1-year-old Husky to raw about a month ago, and I'm still nervous about it. That's a completely personal thing. You talk to your vet about it, talk to other people about it, figure out what you want to do with your dogs. It's not something I do with my dogs. My dogs all eat Dr. Tim's Kinesis. As you can tell, they're all happy, healthy, good weight. I'm happy with the dog food that I feed them. I don't need to take the chance of feeding them raw diet. Raw diet can be dangerous for the people that are feeding it. If you don't wash your hands properly, if the food isn't taken care of properly, you can get sick from it, which, makes me a little bit nervous. But I know a lot about those types of things working in the food industry, about the different types of bacteria and different things that can grow. Dogs can usually do okay on raw diet because their digestive system is actually shorter, much shorter than a human's. So even if there is bacteria on the food, it doesn't stay in their system long enough for them to absorb it, which is why a lot of people will say it's safe. But there are so many factors that go into feeding raw, where you get the food from, the type of food that you get, how you handle the food. There's just so much that goes into it. And my dogs do so well on Dr. Tim's food that I don't really have any interest in trying it. If they weren't doing well and I thought they needed a change, I probably still wouldn't try it. But as of it, how it is right now, they're just going to keep eating Dr. Tim's, right? Because they like Dr. Tim's. And they're all happy, healthy dogs. Justine says, do you have any tips on keeping a husky calm during heartworm treatment in which he is confined to a cage for 1 to 2 months? Alright, husky community out there, does anybody have any tips? What can they do to help keep that husky calm? Being in a cage, yeah, because when dogs have heartworm treatment, they really can't do a whole lot. Hey, Cuddly Memphis. Gosh, I don't even know. I would think like using the frozen Kong with peanut butter just so the dog has something to do, some mental stimulation while, you know, confined to one area. If anybody has any tips, suggestions, or anything, or if you've been through this before, leave some comments down below and say, hey, Justine! And Justine, read through the comments. Maybe we'll be able to find an answer together. Linda wants to know, how often do you trim your dog's nails? And do you do it, or does the groomer do it? Both. The groomer does it and we do it. I try to do it about, in the wintertime, I try to do it about once a month. In the summertime, it's about once every 2 months. And then the groomer also does it too. Carmen says, I'm the proud owner of a dog sled now, and I have 3 dogs that are very capable of pulling, but none of them will. I have to go up front and hold one by the collar, and then they pull. I have several literature on how to train a lead dog. Any suggestions? Going to be happy to be able to hitch 2 dogs to the sled and actually not have to run next to them. Some dogs don't pull. Not all sled dogs really want to be sled dogs. So you might have that issue going against you. I'm not really sure, not knowing the personalities on your dogs. But there's no real way to like force the dog to pull if it's not something they're interested in. Anybody has any tips on that? Say, hey Carmen, here's a tip. My friend Karen might have some tips. Go on over to Ojibwa Kennels, youtube.com/Ojibwa Kennels, and ask her. She has a lot more knowledge on running sled dogs. She might be able to have a tip for you. Sarah wants to know, how much dog food do you go through in a month? About 60 to 70 pounds of dog food a month is about what we're going through right now. And that's because they're eating a little bit more because it's wintertime and we've been running them a little bit more with the sled, and since it's cold they need a little bit extra food. So yeah, about 60 to 70 pounds a month. We got some mail, we got some mail. I know, exciting, right? We got this drawing from Shanty. I hope I said that name right. And Shanty wants to know where we got Shiloh. We actually got Shiloh when we were living in Arizona. And we got this cute drawing from Catherine. It says Dog Days. And look, there's all 4 girls. There's Shiloh and Oakley and Shelby and Memphis. And we got a letter and some drawings from Sydney. This one is of puppy baby Memphis. That one is of Shelby. Shelby, you like that picture of you? That's you, Shelby. That's you. And one of Oakley. And Sydney wants to know, did you get Shelby and Oakley as puppies? I know you got puppy Memphis as a puppy. We did get Shelby as a puppy. Was you a puppy at one point in time? I never did call you baby Shelby though, did I? No, I never did. But yes, we got Shelby as a puppy. We got Oakley. We don't really know how old Oakley is, but we think she was about 7 or 8 years old when we got her. We're not really sure. But we did not get Oakley as a puppy. We did get Shelby as a puppy. And Shelby's still whining. That's all we have for Fan Friday today, you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Sorry we couldn't get through all the questions. I think we had over 120 submitted this week, which is just crazy. We might have to start doing more than one fan video a week. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay positive. Dream big. And we will see you possibly Sunday for a Snow Dog short. I'm hoping if the weather is nice, we're going to go to some sled dog races this weekend. The girls probably won't be going, but Jamie and I are going to go watch some sled dog races, possibly this weekend if it's not super cold. Really? Do you have anything else to say? What else would you like to tell the viewers? Really? You have all those words to say, huh? What else? What else? Are you hungry, Shelby? Do you want your dinner? Is it dinner time? Can you tell the audience that it's dinner time? Are you hungry? Hungry? Want some food? Okay, let's go get food. Alright, I better feed these girls before they go crazy. Okay. Right now, I will feed you. Roll over, so dogs.